Welcome back for a Hot Wheels room video. This video today is a reorganization in the way I'm displaying my Hot Wheels. As you can see, the walls are bare as I've taken down all of my Plano cases full of my Hot Wheels cars you may have seen in other videos. And the reason why is I've had issues with cars coming out of the cases and falling onto the floor due to vibrations from when I play loud music in the adjacent rooms and the room above this room. And also, as many people have often commented, what if there was ever an earthquake? Well, I don't live in an earthquake prone area, but you never know. Maybe an asteroid hits the street next to me, cause a bit of a rumble. So what I've done is I'm mounting all these Plano cases on a slight angle, and the case is actually still interlocked just fine. Each one rests on the one below it instead of actually into the top, which I'll show you in my other cases that I have yet to change. What's changed this time around, the only modification I've had to do is the addition of one construction screw into the wall acting as a spacer, and I stick that in with about an inch coming out of the wall, and that leaves each and every other case about the same distance, an inch from the wall at the bottom and snug up against the wall at the top of the case. And if you're not familiar with how these cases are hooked to the wall in the first place, let's go over to a vacant one where I can show you just how it's done. So here's one without the cars in it, just below it, and it's just these two little screws, and once you hold the case up against the wall and mark the spots for it, you drill those two spots with, I use a number 8 screw, 1.25 inches, and I just put them straight in the drywall. I don't need even drywall anchors as long as you're careful with them. The vertical load of the case won't destroy the drywall or allow the case to fall off the wall unless you were to tug at it, or perhaps if the drywall was compromised in some way or just really thin. This is just 1/2 inch drywall on these walls. As you can see, I still have quite a few more cases to modify in this way. In the rest of the Hot Wheels basement, you can see that these cases are flat against the wall, which I think may be aesthetically slightly nicer to look at, but I can't allow the cars to be falling off the wall. And most recently, the major cause of the vibrations that end up causing quite a rainfall of Hot Wheels in that room was I was installing some laminate lock flooring directly above the Hot Wheels room. And when you install that flooring, you got to tap it with a rubber mallet to join the edges of it. And while I came down after doing that work without really thinking too hard about it, I should have kind of figured that out, but I did not. And there were cars all over the floor in the Hot Wheels room, and that was terrible. In fact, one of my most prized cars was damaged in its fall from grace. That was my mint 1974 Winnipeg. I actually broke the spoiler on it, the original spoiler. I opened that car straight out of the blister pack, so that was rather devastating to me. I'm sure I can repair it. Not going to sell it anyways, but just the knowledge that it is somewhat damaged is heart-wrenching. So that will never happen again, at least not for the cars in this room. They will be protected because there is really no way that these cars can come out of this case. The way it's angled in there now, each and every car just tends to stay stuck to the back of the wall. And I think they look pretty good, the cases, even with them on an angle. What do you guys think? Is it worth the trouble of doing this? It doesn't really take that long, but it is work. Or do you prefer them flat against the wall? And have you had any of your cars falling out of the wall for any reason and causing damage? More videos to come. Sorry it's been a while since I've made a video. I've been pretty busy with the aforementioned renovations upstairs. It wasn't just the flooring I was doing. I tore out an entire kitchen and living room and everything else. So I haven't got to the Hot Wheels room other than to make these improvements. But I have some pretty cool videos coming up. I'm going to do a review on these brand new M2 1/24 scale Datsun 510s which are all the rage right now, and these are pretty cool. Opening doors, hoods, and trunks on them, so quick sneak peek on that. Got some new Hot Wheels to show you from the Monster Jam Stars and Stripes. Got the whole collection there to show you. Cars and Donuts, Modern Classics, more cars from the car culture on the way. Kind of fell way behind on doing reviews of those. And I've also been picking up lots of vintage cars at the flea markets and antique stores. So we'll look at a few of those as well in the next video. Hope all are well. Happy hunting.